Hello everyone. So I'm going to try and make this pretty quick, but just a quick intro to what this video is. I am a teacher. I resigned this year my teaching position in Arlington ISD because of the TEA requirements. I found them to be beyond cumbersome. I found them to be actually damaging to our children, and I cannot be a part of that. But because I resigned, I also have the freedom to be fully open with parents and other interested parties about what these TEA guidelines actually say. I've seen a lot of parents getting upset on social media and other platforms like Facebook and Twitter and Instagram because of things like having children wear masks. But I'm here to tell you that is not actually the most damaging thing, nor is it the most lasting thing in these requirements. So in a moment, I'm going to share my screen with you, show you how to find the requirements and what they actually say. All right, so this is my Safari screen on my Mac, and let me show you how to find the requirements. The first thing you want to do is go to the TEA website. Now, you can go directly to their website if you know the address, or you can Google TEA website. It'll be the first thing you see. It's tea.texas.gov. You click on their homepage. You can click on the coronavirus COVID-19, but I'm going to show you the whole thing. When you click on their homepage, you have a lot of things, and it's very easy to get lost in them, but don't let yourself get lost. Right here at the top, this is where the main things are going to be, and you'll see there are 3 items here. There's the Texas School Meal Finder, which is the item loading first. There's the 2020 census and the coronavirus COVID-19. So if you just scroll through these advertisements right here, you'll get to COVID-19. So let's see. We'll get updates and see what they say. There's a lot of information here. There's a video, public health resources, most popular guidance. That's where we're going to look. Let me be very clear with you. You want the ones that are most updated and up to date. So the SY 2021 public health guidance updated August 4th, not July 28th. And you're going to get a very long PDF here. This is several pages. There's a lot of things that don't apply to everybody. There are things specific to elementary, middle, and high school. There are things specific to cleaning staff, and there are things specific to teachers, and they just don't necessarily apply to everyone. I'm going to give you some highlights. Now, I don't want to spend a lot of time on the things you know, like the first 4 weeks being remote learning, having the option of going 4 weeks longer if the school board votes it in. Those things I'm certain you've heard them. But I'm going to go and scroll down here to page 4. So we're going to go past attendance and preventance. And we're going to go to individuals confirmed or suspected with COVID-19. This applies to teachers and students, administration, and hourly staff in the background. It doesn't matter. So any individual who is lab confirmed, so we see lab confirmed here, to have COVID-19, or note this, or that's very important, or experiences the symptoms of COVID-19 listed below. I'm going to show you those in just a minute. Must stay at home throughout the entire infection period and cannot return to campus until the school system screens the individual to determine if any of the below conditions for campus reentry have been met. So, at least 24 hours has passed since the recovery. The individual has improvement in symptoms, and at least 10 days have passed since the symptoms first appeared. So that means for your child, if they get the sniffles and you take them in and the doctor says, well, it's testing negative, but we're going to treat it like COVID-19, then for at least 2 weeks, 10 days, your child can't go back to school. And they have to be at least a day removed from all symptoms So that's what you see there. But this isn't just true for your child. This is true for teachers, administration, and security guards. So imagine for just a minute that you tell a whole industry of people that every time they get the sniffles, they have to take 10 days off because they could have COVID-19. Just think about that. I don't want to go into too much of that. So in cases of individuals whose symptoms could be COVID-19, who's not evaluated by a medical professional or tested for COVID-19, the individual may not return to campus until they have completed the same 3-step set of criteria above. So again, you do not have to be tested for COVID-19 and be positive to have to complete these 3 criteria. I do want to point out, in this industry of people, COVID-19 leave is fully paid. So be aware of that and keep it in mind. So even if your child is attending school, they're attending school with a faculty and staff who have these instructions. So let's talk about what the symptoms of COVID-19 are. Notice that they are not listed in this section. If you look and read closely, it says they're listed at the end of the document. So let's scroll down past all of this other information and look at these symptoms. Remember, you do not have to experience all of them to be presumed to have COVID-19. So feeling feverish or measured temperature, loss of taste or smell, cough, difficulty breathing, shortness of breath, fatigue, headache, chills, sore throat, congestion or runny nose, shaking or exaggerated shivering, significant muscle pain or ache, diarrhea, nausea, or vomiting. So if you have any one of those symptoms, you are presumed to have COVID-19. If you are presumed to have COVID-19, you have to meet the 3 criteria listed on page 4 before you are allowed back on campus, whether you want to be there or not. So at least 10 days have passed since you first felt the symptom, any of the symptoms. Keeping that in mind, imagine what this coming school year is going to be like for your child, considering that anytime the teacher has any of those symptoms, they have to meet these criteria before they relieve your child's substitute at the school. So that is one of the big reasons I decided that I'm not going to work in the public school district this year. What you decide is up to you.